Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 12th. This week, we are going to start by taking a look at your current general energies in this first row. In your second row, we're going to look at any messages from your guides. And in your last row, we are going to look at, this is going to be any messages from your future self. The last row is going to be any messages from your guides. On top of that, at the end, I'm going to pull 3 yes or no question cards. And I will give you time to pause the video to take a look at those cards before I answer them. So I'll do that. On top of all that, Aries, I'm going to answer them all together. So if you don't have a question or questions, don't worry. I'm going to put them all together and read them as a personalish reading. But Aries, make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you. There's a significant change happening for you here. I mean, you can't make this up. You go from the moon to the death card to the sun. The moon comes up, the moon goes down, the sun comes up. But not only that, the sun is rising behind the 2 pillars that are on the moon card, on the death card. So, I mean, literally in order. Right here, the order that it should go in. Again, not the order of tarot, but just to go from the moon to the moon going down, sun coming up to here's the sun. Pretty awesome. I love that energy for you. And literally, this right here would represent like a rebirth or resurrection. And you have the rebirth card. So I feel like you're there is some sort of rebirth going on for you here. Yeah, I feel like you've been through a difficult situation. This could be someone returning from the past here, Aries. I don't really do expat readings, but what I would say is that, I mean, adding this all up to me would say that you went through a breakup. This was so that you could learn your worth, so that you could learn, your own value to raise your vibration here with the Hermit card. The Hermit card does some soul searching, but he has this star in his lantern here. It's like he's climbed to the top of a mountain on this card, and he's been through the darkness, but now he's kind of coming out the other side, which is pretty much what this says right here. So for a lot of you, let's just cover this. You have the Hermit, the Moon, and the Ace of Swords. It's like some sort of sacrifice or some sort of ending happened. I'm noticing like the duality in your reading. I would say you could have been dealing with a Gemini for sure. It could have been a water sign as well, or a Virgo. I'm getting here. Those are the signs that are really standing out. Pisces as well. Could be a Pisces for some of you. But it's like there was a sacrifice. The palm frond on this side of the sword represents a sacrifice here, Aries. And then the olive branch on the other side represents an offer of peace. So for some of you, if you have someone coming back from the past, somebody is, whether it's you or them, doesn't matter. It's like there is an offer of peace, or there is, an apology coming in, or closure coming in for some of you. Again, it's going to be different for all of you. This is a general reading. Some of you will probably go back to this person. Look, you have the Lovers, the Sun, the Queen of Cups. Like, amazing. Really good energy. I always recommend that people don't go back to the past, but like I said, if you were in a positive relationship, I want to stress that, then you might be going back here. There's like some sort of turnaround. This is like a major improvement. 6 of Cups as well. Can't make this stuff up. For others, this is a victory. Again, you have climbed to the top of the mountain here with the Hermit. You have gone through like a dark night of the soul here, Aries, and the Ace of Swords is above the mountains. This kind of represents the fact that you will always be able to overcome obstacles. Again, I always say, it's like there will always be obstacles in life. Sometimes I feel like people watch tarot and they're like, they just want life to be easy. And I'm like, well, let's be realistic here, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat my readings. So it's like life is not easy. Plain and simple. That's why we're here. We're here to do the work, right? And this kind of says that there will always be obstacles. There will always be things that you have to overcome, but you've done the work. So now any obstacles that kind of pop up in your life, you will easily be able to, overcome with this Ace of Swords. So really nice energy for you here, Aries. Yeah, some of you definitely could have been dealing with a Pisces here. You have the star. I just said the star in his lantern. You've gone through a healing. Hold on one second. And you have the 6 Wands. Major success. This is a huge victory that you are experiencing. Ace of Swords and the 6 Wands, a major victory in your life. So we're going to have to dig in over here to see what this victory is. But I feel like there's a victory. For some of you, I'm getting like raise or promotion here. This star You know, if you are going back to the past, this says you have fully healed, you have raised your vibration. For some of you, this is new love. The reason I say this, it could be new love, is you have just healed. This is saying that you have healed from the past, you have learned a lot. And by doing that, you have increased your value very, very significantly. And you have the opportunity card here as well. This would be like a new opportunity. Some of you, I feel like you're at a crossroads. It's kind of weird because, you know, in a lot of ways, for some of you, I feel like you're kind of like saying, you know, I would have always gone back to the past. I would have always gone back to a certain person. But it's like now, you know, this to me is a lot of internal work, very internal, very behind the scenes here. The High Priestess, some secrets, some mysteries here. The Moon, internal work, doing internal work. So a lot of you, really, this is like a glow up for you here, Aries. And again, everybody's been getting these glow up readings. And I just think it's like the energy. Plus, we have this new moon in Aries on the 11th. And that could be part of the reason it's like you're becoming a new person, or you're about to step into this new person energy here, Aries. And I feel like the Six of Cups here is just saying you could be looking back in a past relationship and you're like, no, because you have grown. You realize that you're more valuable at this time. This is a really powerful reading. I love this. Next, in the area of any messages from your future self, you have this thinker card here. I feel that you are thinking long and hard about a lot of different things because, again, and how interesting is this? She's like sitting here on this lower level, but there's like the higher level thing over here. It's almost like this is a higher, bigger opportunity right here, Aries. So she's kind of like sitting there thinking. There's like all these steps here. I didn't even notice. There's like a lower level, a little, you know, it gets a little higher, a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. And it's almost like then there's a face that is kind of popping out right here, staring at her. And I feel like this face is like saying, hey, come on, it's time for you to go to the next level. It's time for you to kind of upgrade your life here. And that's what this looks like here, Aries. This looks like one major life upgrade, basically. You have the Six of Cups, the Death card, and the Eight of Pentacles. Everything in this reading screams personal development. Eight of Pentacles is my card of personal development. So you have clearly done a lot of work on yourself recently, Aries. And this is just going to be attracting a lot of good things into your life. And everything here screams like you kind of being on a pedestal. And I mean this in a good way, not in a negative way here, Aries. But even like all these people here on the Death card, it's almost like you are the Death Rider, like up on that horse, and it's like everybody else down here is kind of, you know, people from the past or a person from the past. It's like you have risen above things here with this energy, and I think you're thinking long and hard with the Six of Cups about the past, about, you know, people from the past, and you're kind of like saying, you know, I've outgrown certain people, or you haven't outgrown certain people, but some people you have, and you could be walking away from people here, moving on towards a new life. I get that, you know, in a lot of ways I feel that your Aries readings are very focused on freedom as well. And, you know, I've been talking about this a lot. I keep getting messages for you, Aries, in your readings, where it's like some of you could be wanting to move, travel, you know, change locations, but it's like maybe you grew up in an area and you know everybody in the area. So it's like you're leaving a comfort zone. And again, Leo also gets very similar messages. So if you have Leo in your chart, I would watch Leo's reading. But, you know, like I said, I feel that a lot of you want to spread your wings, basically, and fly. So let's see where this is going. You have these ones. This is a new beginning for a lot of you. You have the Knight of Pentacles here and the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is the only card in the deck. There's only two cards that I consider to be an X coming back. So for some of you, this to me would say that if someone is trying to come back into your life, that they will have had to do the work as well. So it's like, for some of you, obviously, this person will have done this right here, what we talked about as well. And then they've done the work. It's like you've both done the work. You've both risen to the same level. If they haven't, then I feel like you're going to be choosing new love. Ace of Wands is a new beginning. So it's like you're choosing someone new. If I'm being honest, I think a majority of you are choosing new love. Because I see someone like in my head turning around, like over their shoulder almost. It's weird because the best way I could describe the message I'm getting for you, Aries, is it's almost like your body is pointing forward, right? But it's like you're kind of like looking back over your shoulder. So it's like, I feel like it's like your heart or your solar plexus or whatever is pushing you forward, right? It's like maybe you're just kind of like logically thinking about something like, am I logically making the decision? It's like deep down inside, you know that you're being pulled forward, that you're moving forward, and maybe this person cannot follow you forward. But it's like kind of like your brain is still saying, you know, is there something there? You know, should I go back to this? But at the same time, I think you're doing a lot of thinking. You're saying it's really not worth it. So a lot of you, I feel, are kind of like moving forward here. There's a lot of luck. This is a super powerful reading. Your readings have been dope recently, Aries, really good. For those of you in work or business, this is a lot of success. I feel like you need to follow your inspirations with the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a very inspiring card, but it could say that you wake up in the morning, you're like, I want to do this, like some sort of activity in my business, or I want to try this at work, or whatever. It's like, try new things with the Ace of Wands. You will be very successful. I've been saying this to you quite a bit, because you keep getting these cards like experimentation, working hard, Knight of Pentacles, and it's like trying new things is going to make you very successful here, Aries, so I definitely like to see that. In your last row here for any messages from your guides, you have the Opportunity card. There are new opportunities coming in for you, clearly starting this week after this new moon that we have on the 11th, Aries. And literally, the reading is set up like that. I mean, this reading is blowing my mind because I don't think I've ever seen a reading that is where it's like set up like this, especially right after a new moon, right? So in new moon right here, practically. So I feel for a lot of you, there is a new moon. This is saying that after the moon, basically, there will be a major new beginning for you here, Aries. You have the Lovers, the Sun, and the Queen of Cups. For some of you, freedom. Like I said, he is naked on this horse here, Aries, and this represents freedom, celebrations, happiness, good things coming in for you. So I feel like there's a lot of freedom here, a lot of reasons to celebrate, a lot of happiness coming in for you here as well, Aries. For some of you, I do feel like there's love coming in for you here. Why don't I feel like you don't believe it though, Aries? Your guides are guiding love into your life. Someone has their eye on you here, Aries, I feel. And it could be someone who really wants to take care of you. I feel like this person is very nurturing. I also feel that this person like really will put in the work. That's what I would say here. For some of you, I get this energy. I get kind of like two different messages here, Aries. For some of you, I feel like there's someone very exciting coming into your life. And it's almost like they're too excited. So if you have someone who's like a little bit too excited to be with you, then I would just slow things down. I would just tell them like, hey, let's slow things down. The other thing I'm getting is like, I would, be careful of investing too quickly. That's the other message that I'm getting here. It's like, you also might be excited. You're like, holy crap, someone loves me. I totally get that, Aries, right? And I feel like you're saying like, holy crap, someone loves me. And you're saying, so you get like too excited, you give too much. So this is like saying, make sure that I feel like your guides want you to make sure to give in a balanced kind of way here as well. I'm getting the words like, I just did that, popping into my head as well. That is a weird message. I keep hearing, I just did that, where it's like, so for some of you, I get this like frustrated feeling. That's like a side message that kind of just came out of nowhere. And I feel for some of you, it's like you're having to do something over again or something like that. I don't know, we'll dig in, we'll pull an extra row or something like that here. Judgment, again, is the second card in the deck that I consider to be someone coming back from past. Definitely, this could be an ex coming back for some of you. Again, if you don't want an ex back, then, take it how it resonates. I'd say if you don't want an ex back, there's tons, everything here, like I said, even the messages I'm getting are saying, move towards someone new. I always tell people, tarot is literal. It's like, you might not want someone back, but they might be coming back, right? It's like they might try to come back into your life. So it's like tarot doesn't say you have to take these people back. Tarot doesn't control your life. It's like, I get a lot of angry comments, and I don't care, right? It's fine. But, a lot of comments from people like, I would never take this person back and everything like that. And, it's like, after thinking about it for a long time, I'm like, I've been thinking like, and saying, it's like, yeah, you don't have to take them back. The tarot doesn't control your life. But again, tarot might say this person's coming back, right? They might be calling you, texting you, showing up in your life. So just something to think about. But if you are not going back to someone, judgment is just your true inner calling. It's like you're waking up to a person who is, really good for you. You have the Queen of Wands. Someone finds you ridiculously attractive here. You are in a good position this week. This is an amazing reading. All your readings have been just amazing for you here, Aries. But, again, I also get comments from people who say their life sucks. If your life sucks, the Queen of Wands says, get as much attention as you possibly can. Again, so Queen of Wands would say, if you are not experiencing all the goodness that's in this reading, then I would try to get as much attention as you possibly can. I would take bigger risks with the Queen of Wands as well. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, and really going for something. So it says you're going to have to take action. You're going to have to do things to get this good energy. It's not going to just come to you. You're going to have to take action. So as long as you do that, you'll be fine. And you have the Nine of Cups, a wish. It's like total fulfillment coming in for you here, Aries. For some of you in love, it's kind of weird because I get this like suspicious feeling here. For some of you, I feel that maybe you get a lot of attention, maybe you're successful on YouTube, Aries, I don't know, it's popping into my head. And so it's like you could be like a little suspicious about like what someone wants with you or something like that, because you're like, like, are they real? Do they really want to be with me? Or do they just want me because I'm famous, right? I don't know why that's popping into my head, but it is. So I feel that for some of you. I do feel like this person is legitimate, but again, I would just do the investing thing where you just give them a little bit, that you wait for them to give a little bit. And it's not like you're looking at this as a financial transaction, but I feel like you're just, kind of protecting your energy, which is totally fine. So that's what I would do here, Aries, for sure. I want to clarify, I was getting that message, I just did that. What is that? Knight of Cups here, the Seven of Wands here as well, and the Five of Wands. Like I said, definitely conflicted energy here, right? Seven of Wands is like a very blocked off type of energy, kind of setting boundaries. Five of Wands, conflict. It could definitely be the thing that you just did again. It could just be this person from the past. And it's like they're coming in again, like claiming to be your knight in shining armor with the Knight of Cups. And it's like you're a little bit more guarded. I think you see this as something of conflict. You have the Ace of Pentacles here, the Seven of Pentacles, wondering if it's worth it. 2 sevens is internal fears that don't exist, so I would let go of your fears. And the Nine of Swords, definitely worried about something here. So if you're having to redo something, if you're getting back into a relationship, I feel like you're worried about it. So, again, I would say don't do it if you're too concerned about it. For some of you, again, if you still love this person, I feel like it would be worth it to try it for some of you. But again, this was always a positive relationship. I feel like if there's a lot of negativity, I would just move towards something new. For others, I get this sense of you redoing a job or business. It's like I always have this. Sometimes I think when I do readings, I'm just going to bare my soul to you here, Aries. It's like sometimes when I do readings, I get messages where I almost feel like the message is a guide, if that makes sense. Where it's like the message is always the same that pops into my head, and it's always like a clue to me that the reading is going a certain direction or whatever. And one of the messages I always get is about writing books. It's like and I get that here. With this right here, it's almost like you've already put a lot of work into something, and it's like you're having to start over. Remember I was saying, I just did that. That was like the message I'm getting. So it's like some of you could be starting a project over, maybe you wrote a book and you have to write a new book or something like that, but I feel like it's going to be totally worth it. It's like you're starting from scratch on something here. It's annoying as hell, with this right here, but it's going to lead to something better. So I would just do it. But Aries, we are going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now. And we are going to see where this reading wants to go. We're going to do 1. We'll take it with card number 1, 2, and 3 right here. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. 1, 2, 3. So feel free to pause. I'm also going to read them all together as well. For question number 1, I would say that I feel like you need to leave a comfort zone here. I feel like you need to take a risk is what I would say to you. I don't feel like saying yes or no. And I read intuitively, so even though this is meant to be a yes or no, I feel like this is saying leave a comfort zone. That could be a yes or no. For question number 2, I would say yes. I feel like someone has their eye on you. I feel like you could be asking a person. I would just communicate with this person. And for question number 3, I would say, yes, you already know the answer to this. King of Swords is my card of already knowing the answer of something. He is very sure of himself, and he also is very direct, and he has like a lot of clarity. So I would just say yes. But this looks really good, is what I would say to you all together. I feel like you're maturing, Aries. It's like I feel like you're going this way. You leaving a comfort zone, not being being willing to be curious. It's almost like you're going on an adventure here, Aries, starting something new that you have already started, that you've already done. It's like you're starting something from scratch. It's going to lead to a ton of success. This is a dope reading. Like I said, there is no other word in the English language that could describe how awesome this reading is, Aries. And again, you're going to have to take action. You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to work, but looks good. So thank you for being here, Aries. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Aries, and definitely enjoy your week.